All right. Handling the top 7 objections. This is going to be super cool because you're going to be able to practice this in our sales calls, or you can just make friends in the community and have them help you with it. Okay? Every objection is a question in disguise. Don't overcome objections. Decode the objections. Answer the real question, the doubts that they have. Okay? So every objection is a question in disguise, meaning if they say I can't afford it, they're going to say, is it actually worth it for me? Is there really value here for me? That's what they're really asking. I need to think about it means, am I safe to trust this person or this program? I don't know. If they say I need to talk to my spouse, then they need permission. They're not really sold yet. If they say I've tried something like this before, and they probably say it like in a tone of like it's not working out, it didn't work, then the question is, what makes you different from what failed me before? And another one that's very common is, I want to start next month. I'm afraid of committing and failing again. I'm not really in a hurry to do this. So this is the philosophy of that. Every objection that you hear, understand that it's a question that's not answered. Okay? So let's try some objections. I can't afford it. You're going to eventually learn how to decode this, but you have to start with empathy and you have to go from there into decoding. So you say something like, I hear you. Can I ask, you can't afford the payment today or the commitment to the program? That's going to be you confronting them and then giving them a question. They're going to need to answer that question. And ideally, with these type of questions, they're going to kind of close themselves because it's looking like they're going to tell you, oh, yeah, I can't afford the payment. And then you go into your options for drop downs or for payment plans. Okay. Now, what's the cost of staying exactly where you are for another year, another 5 years? You can't afford having to pay the money today, but how much are you going to afford later on? Because this is going to keep being a cost to you, a lot of stress. This isn't a cost. It's an investment with a specific return. Let me show you the math, and then you take them over. Okay? Never justify the price that you charge. Make the cost of inaction bigger than the cost of the investment. Okay? Question number 2 is, I need to think about it. You already know. They're asking, is it safe here? I don't know. I'm not 100%. So you got to empathize and then go into it. Okay? So you say, of course. Can I ask, do you need to think about working with me or about the pricing of the program? See how we turn it right back to their court. We're throwing the ball back at them. Usually when someone says they need to think, there's one specific thing that doesn't feel right yet. What is it for you? The question that we're asking them forces them to articulate the real objection, which you can then address. Okay? So never say, okay, take your time. That ends the conversation without solving anything. Cool? So I need to talk to my spouse. That'll be the third one. I completely respect that. That's what you're going to tell them, right? I completely respect that. Do you think they'll have a question about working on these problems you're facing or more on the financial investment? They're asking, what will I tell them? They're asking, I need permission to pay this money. And most of the time when a partner has questions is about the investment and the results. Let me give you exactly what to say. You go over it with them. They're going to tell you, oh, my spouse is going to have questions about that we're talking about really the financial investment. So if it's appropriate, would it help to do a quick 10-minute call with them together? Just have them join in. Or you schedule a follow-up call if you need to. You let them, but you have to empathize and don't pressure it, okay? If they have other people they need to talk to, don't pressure it, okay? Never dismiss this. It's often genuine and shows that they take commitments seriously. Cool? Objection number 4 would be, I've tried something like this before. They're really not knowing if you're any different. So you say, I'll tell you what worked and what didn't. And then let them speak. Because what makes this different in our program is put in your unique mechanism. Here's specifically why what happened before won't happen here. You give them the solution after. Okay? So first you ask them the question, then you decode it, what are they trying to say, and then you go into that solution for that. So listen fully before responding. Their what didn't work, is your unique positioning opportunity. So whatever didn't work before is your chance for you to get in there. So reference their specific situation. You mentioned X didn't work. Here's exactly how we approach that differently. Okay? Another question, objection number 5. I found something cheaper. They're asking really if it's worth it, but you got to, probe a little bit. So your response immediately should be, cheaper exists for everything. The question is, what's more important to you, the lowest price or the best results? Ah, now you've caught them, right? They're going to have to say the best results. They can't say the lowest price, right? They're probably not going to want to. So then you ask them, what would it cost if you went with the cheaper option and it didn't work? Again, be direct, let the tension build, but never drop your price, ever. Discounting signals that your price was made up. Position against results, not against the competitor's price or the wallet of the person. Objection number 6, I want to start next month. Ask them what changes between now and next month. You got to probe that. And Decode will be there asking, is it okay to wait? I'm not completely sure. So you tell them, in my experience, when the desire is highest is the best time to start. Look at how much time you've been waiting already. You forced them into the corner of, you've given yourself enough time to do it on your own and waited, and just nothing has really progressed. So if you wait 30 days, that's 30 days of the same results you've been getting. Is that okay? Urgency created by logic, not pressure. Never manufacture fake urgency. Not cool. Okay? And objection number 7, and the most common ones, is I think I can do it on my own. I'll do it on my own. And then you're immediately going to say, you probably can, but you've been on your own until now. How's that working? So coaching isn't about knowledge. It's about accountability, structure, and having someone who sees what you can't see about yourself. That's what you can tell them after you've already decoded that. Okay? Now, every high performer in the world has a coach, not because they can't do it alone, but because they know what coaching adds to them. Okay? So if you have a person that doesn't know if they should get a coach because they might be able to do it on their own, just pull that to them and let them know, like top people in the world have coaches. Even coaches need coaches. Okay? They need someone to keep them accountable. So don't be defensive. Be confident. The question amuses or assumes that they're capable. Agree with that. Then show what coaching adds to them. Okay? Very good. Now, objections are not rejections. They're buying signals. They're telling you an objection maybe because they're a little shy or a little scared, but they're still buying signals. If they weren't real, they'd hang up. Okay? So when someone objects, you need to reframe this in your head. When someone objects to you, they're still in conversation. A real no is a silence or a hang up. An objection means they're engaging, they're interested. They just need reassurance. Okay? Maybe they need a second phone call. I don't know what they're going to need. But you're going to take these objections and handle them. So frame your mind into it. Practice makes comfortable. So record yourself handling all 7 objections and then watch yourself do it. Not reading from a script, just responding naturally. Do it until it flows. Awkwardness in practice protects revenue in real calls. So ideally, you want to be able to be as awkward as possible with as many people as possible. The sequence is you take the empathy right now. It's like, I completely understand. Then you decode and you ask your question. And then you answer the real question to soft reclose. Every time that you finish, you say, does that make sense? Or would you like to move forward? Or things like that are going to soft reclose them every single time. Okay? And then post it in the sales practice. If you take those videos, recording yourself handling those objections, okay? I would get feedback from the community. I would give you feedback as well, but you can just join the sales calls. Look at our calendar, look at sales calls, join those. We'll be able to help you out. So before the next video, the homework is going to be record yourself handling objections 1, 3, and 7, 3 most common ones, and then post them in the group. You can also write a 1-sentence decode for every objection in your own words so that you get to practice that and that becomes your script, okay? Do a live role play with the community member. They throw all 7 objections, you handle them and record them. Or we can just do it in our phone calls. Okay? So let's just make sure we get these homeworks done and we keep moving forward to learn how we can be the best online trainers that we can be. All right? Let's go.